So she is this, obviously, the colleague of Harding when you meet her, and you don't really know where she's going or what her agenda is or what her real job is involved within RST. And then within this, as the movie goes by, you start really finding out who she is and what her intentions are. And what I really loved about this character was that she was fully layered. You know, she didn't feel like just one tone badass superhero girl. It was just this real girl who had issues and traumas and emotions, and there's no revenge story behind her. She just really wants to do what's right. And so it was very inspirational to me, and I also wanted to pay back my respect for the female soldiers that have, represented us in really hard moments, and I wanted to do it right. So I was very proud and excited to bring them to life.
He's this very good ex-Navy SEAL. I think he was probably top of his class, and he's gone through this horrific trauma. And he's lost his legs, but through the RSD, he's been enhanced, and he has a second chance. But yeah, he feels angry at a lot of things. He's obviously upset that this has happened to him. He blames probably a lot of people. He blames the military. He blames Harding for not giving him this opportunity, and blames Ray for sort of taking away everything that he wants, including the technology and probably KT as well. And yeah, he's got some issues, but he's such a fun character to play, and I really enjoyed it because he's quite different to the characters I've played before.
He's the smartest guy in the room. I think he, just like today, but I think he's initially when you see this guy, he's a keep his head down kind of person. He's a schemer at heart, which leads him to doing some of the dirty work that he does with his superpower. But maybe there's a master scheme at play here for him, and I think you watch the film, you'll see some of those things play out. I think him spending a lot of time alone has formed a lot of his extroverted actions that you would see. Obviously, people who get human interaction know how to behave, and with this guy in particular, he doesn't.
They've all got their certain roles to play, and they've been playing them successfully for some time now. We see that he's gone on multiple missions, and actually, he's now down to his last few targets. But you can also see the chinks in their armor. They're human beings. They're getting bored. They're getting frustrated and almost disillusioned by the mission at hand. I mean, you see in KT that she's certainly questioning why they're doing this. And for my character, I think Jimmy, absolutely, he's sick of it. He's bored, and he knows, he thinks he could do a better job. So it's these little details that when we were shooting it, it was kind of fun to do, because we'd reshoot the same scene over a couple of times, and you could mix it up slightly, and you start to see when the characters make mistakes.
Because his memories are constantly being manipulated, if he does go off on his own, I could do stuff to him. He has to become human. He does have to have that human side to kind of tap into his own self more. That technology being tapped into this web or whatever interface it's tapped into can still be manipulated. I do think that is the cool part about the cinematic experience of Bloodshot. What or who can get control of him. Mm-hmm. I think the soul of him, though, there is there would be a joy in him going off on his own, because he'd go and do the right thing, and he'd be a lover and a fun person and all that stuff. But no, you got to tap into that brain and make him diabolical again. That's what I would do. I would use that power for 100% evil.
Ray Garrison is this military guy that we kind of meet as we start in this movie, and sort of is brought back to life by Harding with this nanotechnology to get a second chance at life. And he's kind of questioning where he comes from and who he is. And I think that that sort of unravels to what the story goes towards. And I think that this was just such an incredible role for Vin Diesel as well, because I feel like he had never had the opportunity to be vulnerable to the level and the extent that he is in this film. And it allows him to give other people an insightful version of who he can be as well as an actor. And it did such a service to Bloodshot as well, because it is a real human trying to find his meaning in life now that he's had a second chance. And I think it comes with a lot of things. It comes with rage and excitement and fear and emotions and doubts, and that's why I feel people will really relate to Bloodshot and really connect to him. He's not just a Terminator. He's not just this superpower or Superman. He is this guy who has all these conflicts and is trying to learn as he goes, but also trying to keep his humanity. And that's what made such special splash to us to be part of Bloodshot.
Watching this movie, it's so epic visually. I think Dave Wilson has done an incredible job. He, from day one, knew exactly what he wanted to do. He's made these incredible computer games, and he was the right man for the job. The action is incredible. The characters are really interesting and multifaceted. And honestly, you want to see this with everyone around you, because you're going to watch it once, and then you're going to go, I want to go watch it again. Now you know the twist. You want to go back and see where those little nest eggs, those little Easter eggs are. Yeah.
What really has defined Vin Diesel throughout his career is that when he had the shot to really make a difference, when he started what would be his legacy as an actor, he really cared about breaking the mold in the sense of like being inclusive, and he really represented a diversity at the time. And so Vin has done such a good job with expanding universes, and the fact that he has dived into Bloodshot after being part of many successful films and he's part of the Marvel world, he's part of the Fast and Furious world, and all these things was just strong in the sense of allowing people to expand in that actors to come in and do more and allow them to have more layered roles. And I think that everyone involved within itself, like the studio behind it, the director, taking risks on these movies is really important. And he, I think, was great for it as well, because it allowed him to get to a different level that he hadn't gotten before. And I think people will fall in love with him even more so. And it just goes to show that no matter what stage of your career you are, you can still reinvent yourself and do different stuff and show what you're capable of. And we're all very grateful, because we just created a whole new world with this film.
Hi there, here's today's Daily Fact. When books are adapted into films, it's very hard to please everybody. Even Harry Potter's iconic green eyes had to remain blue throughout all the films because actor Daniel Radcliffe just couldn't bear the idea of wearing contact lenses. Remember to click below to subscribe, and if you like my t-shirt, remember you can get one for yourself by clicking the shop link in the description.